The views and opinions during this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the sponsors or executive producers. This program contains conversation, discussion, debate, which a truly free society would neither fear nor suppress. However, in some socially inept areas, certain religious fanatics and ultra-sensitive and extreme political affiliates violate your First Amendment rights by attempting to control what you watch, listen to, write, and speak. We feel that this is unconstitutional and un-American. And now we present the MKULTRASOUND podcast. Live from Studio Diablo in Chicago, Illinois, this is MKULTRASOUND.
Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man.
It's ironic that theme song comes from Tones on Tails, and this whole show is going to come full circle in a minute. Wow, I'm here with an old friend and a newer friend. Please introduce yourselves. Curse Mackey.
Age before beauty. Just kidding. Because he is
Come
about
on, man.
500
I got to do some
years old.
mathematics. On
Not
that.
everybody knows who
Just
you
kidding.
are. I've got from Evil Mothers, one of my favorite bands ever. The singer Curse Mackey's with me.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here, Alex. How are you, man?
I'm fucking stressed, but it's okay. Rona.
And I am Rona Rougeheart of the band Sign. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, thank you for putting up with me. And this is a week that I usually work at this time of day. I made accommodations for you and Jared, and they're here for Cold Waves. And
That's right. It's our annual Cold Waves gathering in Chicago.
I got to see rock stars walk around my apartment in their underwear.
Well, that's like the ultimate VIP experience
Yes.
where
It
we
is.
come and crash your house, eat your food, drink your booze, pet your
Pussy. Yeah, my cats love them more than me. Behind it, we have, since Cassie can't do the show, Max Bravo is doing photos. So,
Yay.
Max. Bravo, Max.
and that was a tour of Pigface. I did not see the 666 tour.
That
which
was
had
actually Evil Mothers.
in DeSalle.
No.
John Elliott. No.
No DeSalle, sorry. That was Evil Mothers, Genesis Peorage, and Psychic TV did some dates. Horsey, Lick, R.I.P. Jason
Leslie
McLinch.
Rankin, was she on it?
No.
No.
It was all Dead Voices on Air
Okay.
as well. And then I'm sure there's other bands on the back of that shirt. Max, please turn around, babe.
Yeah, turn around. Let's see your back,
Come on.
baby. Let's see your ass. Whip it
Oh,
around.
there's nothing on the
It's
rear
none
of
more
that
black.
shame.
So, you kids have been traveling a lot, like as Jared is, and you're in town now. And then, what are you doing for this weekend? Go ahead and tell it.
Well, I'm here for two reasons. Well, three. One, to spend quality time with you here, and that was there were quotations around quality. And then yesterday we had the first Pigface rehearsal for our first tour in quite some time. That was quite fun because, as Martin Adkins likes to just keep us on our toes, I guess. So the first rehearsal, with no rehearsal prior to that, had 40 people as guest VIP.
Yesterday.
Yes.
It was
So
really
basically,
amazing. It was
yeah,
a great,
it was kind of
unique
fun.
experience.
Which I like because at first you're sort of like, well, I don't really want to learn a song again that I haven't played in years, and kind of working out all the bugs in front of an audience. But it was actually kind of fun to do that because they're
here's the
getting to
thing.
see something that's we all might like to see at times from
Okay,
artists. we
here's the
enjoy.
thing for people who don't know. Some people just tune in the show, so let's talk about who you are and what you do. And I have this. I first saw this guy perform in '94 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Graffitis. This was his record at the time. Evil Mothers. and let the kids know what's up.
Yeah, so Evil Mothers was my band. And since then, I've evolved into other bands. Pigface is a band that I'm involved in right now, which is sort of like, gets called an industrial supergroup, but because it formed out of Ministry, along with Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails being a foundation member. And I think it's become much more than what I would call a supergroup. It's kind of like a super happening, and it is very amorphous and continues to evolve in what the definition of a band might be. A case in point, again, having the first rehearsal have 40 VIP guests get to see all the not well executed aspects of creating a show and what has to happen at the beginning. So that's Pigface, and then I'm here to perform at the Cold Waves Festival, which is the annual gathering of the industrial Chicago tribe, paying tribute to our dear fallen friend
Jamie
Duffy, who passed away about 8 years ago at this point, I guess. And Jamie was a staple of the Chicago industrial scene, and also just a great producer, production manager at House of Blues, and
good guy,
there, just a great friend. And he was front of house for Pigface and worked on Evil Mothers records. So it's still very sad that he's no longer with us, but his passing did kind of ignite the scene to wake up a little bit and reach out and communicate, and inspired some of these older acts, legacy acts like Front 242, to get off their ass and start playing shows and realize that people have interest in seeing them. So that's there's some positives in the negative that occurred. And otherwise.
So other than Evil Mothers and Pigface, though, I saw you with Evil Mothers. I was an instant fan because you did something different that I'd never seen before, and that was the first time I saw Pigface. And back then, Tammy Down from Faster Pussycat was in the band.
Mm-hmm.
He did suck, but then you came around with Thrill Kill Cult, and that's when I met you.
Yeah,
and get your phone number. Unfortunately, I used to drunk dial him.
Oh, very nice.
we were in our fucking 30s then. We're still in our 30s, right?
That's right. 1930s, that was all going on. So yeah, I was with My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult for about 6 years, and fast forward today, I just put out a record called Instant Exorcism, which is the first time.
I thought we were gonna get that. We're gonna play a single from this shortly.
That's the first time.
Only after we get to his girlfriend, Rona.
That's right.
Rona, you're up.
So anyway, real quick, Instant Exorcism is like the first album that I've actually put out under my own name. Normally I'm involved in groups with lots of people and moving parts.
I have your Grim Fairies record. I have that.
Yeah.
That I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
He's done great work throughout his whole life. So, and this is his solo album is really great. Very proud of him. He's worked on it so hard, and even though I've heard those songs so many times, I could still listen to them. That's how great it is. And every time I watch his show, it's great. I never get bored.
And tonight, which will be not tonight by the time you hear this, but tonight will be performing.
No, it'll be up
Metro.
before you get to before you get to Metro. It'll be up. Yeah.
All right, we'll get it. Well,
cool.
Tonight
before
we'll be
you even
performing.
get there, this show will be up. So hey, hang on one second.
So are you Chinese or Japanese?
I live in California last 20 years, but first come from Laos.
Huh?
Laos. We lay ocean.
The ocean? What ocean?
We are lay ocean. From Laos, stupid. It's a landlocked country in Southeast Asia. It's between Vietnam and Thailand, okay? Population 4.7 million.
So are you Chinese or Japanese?
I couldn't help it. Rona.
Thank you for the intro.
Is a hot Asian.
Neither Chinese nor Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm a different kind of ease. You know what I mean?
What flavor are you?
Well, I am of the Taiwan ease, and Irish ease. So, or probably they're not very easygoing. So maybe, I don't know what you want to call those people, but they're my people too. I am a mix, and it's quite interesting to be, have both cultures, Irish and Taiwanese.
And yeah, you're a rock star in your own right. I think so.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to think.
So Rona has been involved with, what was the one band before Sign you were in?
Yeah, I was in a band called Dead Love Club.
Yes.
Not Dad Love Club. Dead Love Club. Yeah. So we were in Austin, Texas, and originally we started out as kind of like a baby kind of thrill kill culty kind of band, you know, very campy and S&M black gear and all this. And it was a lot of fun. We had cool original tunes, and then eventually they started to want to go more into the cover band route where they are now. They're doing more like 80s, 90s covers now.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you listen to the show, but I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's cheesy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really much of a cover band person, and I've always wanted to have my own thing. I mean, I've been writing songs for my other bandmates, and so after a while, I just thought, well, I'll just use these for me.
Yeah. The videos were good, though.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you can find them. Tell the people how you can find your videos.
You can go to sign.band, SINE.BAND. That's our website, and it has a link to go to our videos. We're also on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yes, we are on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, so far I've got 3 videos and 1 in the works. But the first one I did was Feed the Vultures,
which we're gonna see.
Yeah, that one actually was directed by Teresa Jolie, and she's in Dallas. She's really amazing. And I wanted to introduce everyone to Sign and to myself, so I started the idea of just having different shots of myself in various, I guess, lightings and colorings or whatever. And then after that, I followed that up with one called Love High, which is directed by Jeremy Ward. Yeah, it's a black and white.
I am.
Yeah, Curse is in that video as well.
Interesting
You look kind of
in
gay in that video.
Oh.
So it's just another day in my life.
He's shirtless too, so go check it out.
It's
pretty hot. It is hot. See, we said hot at the same time. Hey. But yeah, it's a black and white kind of noir looking, and I have all my friends dressed up in various outfits. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great video. I wanted to play
Thanks.
that, but I like Feed the Vultures, which we're going to get to that in a few. But so you travel a lot, Curse.
We do.
Do you fly with this fucking guy? Your flyer miles must be insane.
Collecting lots of miles.
Yeah.
That's good. As you should.
What's it like to travel being a rock and roller in the age of 9/11?
Well, you should definitely get TSA pre-check. I advise all travelers to spend the $80 because
better.
then you don't have to take
Is that
your
good
shoes
for
off. It's good for 5 years. You don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your laptop out. You don't have to take your jacket off. So
Your butt plug.
Yeah, all that stays.
That's just always in there anyway.
Oh, I didn't know about this. Thank you.
Yeah. So
but every
that's
now and then,
a much more expedient way to get through security, especially when you have lots of electronics in hand. So
I helped them carry the gear up my stairs.
Well, like Curse had said, I think it was in the Austin airport when we go through security, they always pull him over, and he's like, "Uh-oh, the synths shake down."
Okay.
Because of all the things they see in his bag, they've got to
This is why I bring
everything.
it up. Because when I travel after 9/11, it really sucks because they see long hair that they want you to have drugs. And I don't. I mean, I really don't do drugs.
Do they give you some?
So
like, we want you to have some.
No, they took my fucking candy bars. But I traveled with this attorney chick, and I don't think you didn't meet her. I'm so glad you didn't. Maybe you did. And she was like, stick weed up her cooch. I'm like, can't you wait till we get there? Like, I got fucking friends there where you get weed, but no. And then she would laugh when they would shake me down and all that. But Tampa, where you lived not too long ago, right? Mm-hmm. The airport was fucking horrible to me. And just, I had a ministry bag, and they were like, oh, this is a fucking flag, because I had that eagle on it, which they consider Nazi or whatever. Like Al George is a Nazi. And a peace sign is like, and anarchy. So I guess, it was a flag. But that airport was a bitch.
Sorry.
Oh, that's it? You flew out of there every time. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't had. I mean,
I'm a professional traveler, and you might look like
that's definitely
somebody that should be suspected of carrying drugs in their cooch.
Cooch. Check us out.
That's what you call it.
The MK Ultrasound podcast. Please feel free to contact us at podcast@mkultramagazine.com.
So I think that if you're a follower of MK Ultra, you know that Kirst and I have known each other for almost 3 decades. Man.
Since childhood.
That's almost 30 years.
It is almost 30 years. For real. It's fucked up.
Mind blowing.
MK Ultra was started in 95. I met this fucking man. Met him. I saw him first in 94. Met him. And he gave me his phone number in 96. And then, you know, he was just cheating on motherfuckers ever since. And so he has, or had keys to my house. Fucking Christoph took them. Christoph, fucker. We'll get him back. So before we get into you, I want to talk about your girlfriend here, Rona. You are...
she's more topical.
Well, I mean, I'm not even going to touch on any subjects that I already got pissed off about. But you are... your career is taking off.
I tell you, it's going in ways that I would have never imagined it. And I'm very proud of what I've done for myself. And I've been very thankful for the great people who've been around me. You included, Curse, of course. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, long story short, I turned down a record contract to release this album on my own. Because I don't know, there's something about your artist rights that I just can't compromise. And
you're right.
You know, I mean, like I said, maybe it was, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think, oh, was that a dumb move? And then other times I'm like, no, it's fine.
Well, you put a great product out, and
yeah, thank you. I really worked hard on this. Making the artwork and everything very stylish and very me. So everything you see in the packaging and the photography, I did all myself. I'm like the queen of knowing how to take my
DIY.
own photos. Yeah, well, and only because I already have a vision, and so I try to do that. And also other people have schedules that don't necessarily go along with mine.
With yours.
So all my life, I feel like I've waited on people for stuff. And so now I just don't want to wait on people. I'm just going to do it because I need to do it. And
well, it's great packaging.
Thank
It's
you.
A beautiful product.
I appreciate
it from
that.
a beautiful person. But the music is, you're extremely talented.
Thank
and
you.
that's one of the first things when I was fortunate enough to meet you through Curse. You're like, hey, I have a band. And like, oh man, I really like this.
Yeah, of course.
You didn't push it on me when you were here. It was after
Yeah.
you left that I played. I'm like, wow, it's good. And
yeah, thank you.
Kirst had mentioned that she's got that throw cult vibe, which I love and always love. That
I like
satanic
having an edge.
disco.
Yeah, I like having an edge. You know, and I'm originally a drummer, so I like beats. I like excitement.
Were you a drummer forever?
No. I mean, I started playing keys first. My dad taught me how to play keys, and I learned how to play chords. And
Is he
songs.
Chinese or Japanese?
He's Irish-ese. Yeah, he's American. But yeah, so I started with that. He taught me some guitar because I was interested, and then later I kind of picked up a bit of bass because I really love Simon Gallup from The Cure. When I saw The Cure live, I was like, oh, I want to play bass too. So I started that, and I didn't do drumming until last. That was the last instrument I learned how to play.
I love watching
and I loved
these
it.
videos.
It's
You
fun.
banging the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
The song we're
It's
going to
fun.
play and the video we're going to play is highlights you doing that, and that's why I picked it. I think you have way better songs, but this song is the most visual. Can we play
Yeah,
it?
of course.
All right, this is, go ahead, introduce it.
Feed the vultures.
Strange ways in your book of love, trashed out in your animal house, tore up, strip you down, sick fun, gonna let you out. Scar me up and pin me down, cut me up in your battleground. Somewhat serious, somewhat delirious. Fill your mind
Okay. I love that song. What's
Feel
that
good.
all about, Rona?
So that's the first song I ever professionally recorded, by the way, which is like monumental. But the
You're
song,
like 12?
yes, I was 12 when
That's
it
hot.
happened. Yeah. So the song originally I wrote it, Someone Has to Die to Feed the Vultures, because I got really sick of the media just tearing people apart. I mean, it's still happening to this day, you know. So basically I equate it as vultures, and they're just looking for that one person or that one thing to jump you for and then just pick you apart and until you're dead. And then even when you're dead, they're still picking at you, you know. So it kind of came from that feel. I got so tired of seeing it on TV and in the media that I wrote a song about it.
That's a great analogy. It kind of like the John Wayne thing. Like he said something in 1972 and everybody got pissed off about it this year. It's like, why are you digging up the dead to get pissed off at people? And that brings me to the next thing. Justin Trudeau wore brown face in 2001 at a Arabian Nights party while he was teaching private school. Hey, Canada's prime minister. What's racist about that? Like, he was dressed up for a theme. Okay, I'm going to rewind and say this. In '85, I dated this woman. She was in Miss America pageant, and we went out for Halloween. It's the first time I ever dressed like Satan. It wasn't the last time. It was the first time I dressed like the devil. And she dressed like Apollonia because the Prince fucking movie, Purple Rain, came out. And so she I had to smear all this brown shit all over her whole body. She wore lingerie. So now that's racist. I don't, this guy did this it's 2001. You're digging this shit up? What the fuck?
You know, I think we're in a culture of misery right now where people, they can't help it. It's like, hey, look at you, but look at you. Hey, but you did this, but guess what? You did this. You know, it's like that over and over again. After a while, it just gets so tiring. You know, it's like comedians can't be comedians anymore. And
You're right.
I mean, I'm not condoning anyone making fun of any race because I am biracial. I have had.
You are?
Yes, I have had racial slurs thrown at me about being Asian. I mean, it's there, you know, and it is that the the Asian alarm?
Our friend Ashley told me that the words I can't say other than Oriental, and that's still a tough one. Oriental.
Well, you know, I mean, it is kind
only
of
people that get upset about Oriental are like white people who are liberal. Like, oh, Oriental is a bad word. It's a rug. I'm like, you calling the women I like rugs? Well,
nah, yeah, I don't know. I just think you have to look at people's intentions in the end. You have to really dig into that rather than just jumping because, hey, you wore a Satan outfit. You're not Satan. You know, I mean, it's like
I wish.
but,
There's just a
you know,
digital mob mentality.
Hey, look who it is.
Really.
Curse Mackey's back on the mic.
Hi.
This guy is one of my favorite frontmen. And I've enjoyed watching you for better part of almost 25 fucking years, man. That's crazy. 94, so it does make it 25.
Right on.
How did you get involved in this whole crazy fucking thing?
What thing?
This rock and roll thing with Pigface and Martin Atkins.
Oh, God.
Because not everybody knows. I know, but...
Okay, well, I was living in San Antonio, Texas, putting on shows and DJing and had my band Evil Mothers, and then I had promoted the Ministry show, Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste tour, and Martin was on that tour, Martin Atkins playing drums for Ministry.
Right.
And out of that tour, they all performed Pigface, and then he called me up like, hey, man, can you put on a Pigface show in San Antonio? So we put that show on together, and then by that point, he was kind of saying, well, you know, Pigface is kind of a come one, come all type of situation. So I challenged that notion and showed him Evil Mother's rehearsal studio, which was attached to the venue in which Pigface was playing. We had all of our oil drums and stockpiles of gasoline and other things that you can't use on stage these days. And so he's like, well, all right, we'll come out and roll all that shit out on stage for the encore. And so there's some photos floating around. I think that was the second Pigface show ever. So essentially from that point forth, there's been some form of participation.
When did you officially start? Like, how old were you when you started Evil Mothers?
I don't recall.
Like 19,
in my
20,
as a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here you are.
Yeah. Here I am.
And seriously, one of I love your fucking band, man. I never forget when Spider Sex Car Wrecks came out. And my quote Martin put in their catalog, I'm like, these guys are fucking good.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's like when you shop through this, it's like my quote, like I called you Texas Hellbillies or something like that. Oh, move over, Marilyn Manson. These Texas Hellbillies are rock and roll, whatever. But your band is really good. But now you've been doing Pigface and you've been doing Throco Cult shows, and you put out your own product.
It's been a great year. A lot of stuff going on. And then Rona and I have a great little thing going on as well. Well, meaning as a couple, but secondly, we're due to her industrious work nature, was able to secure herself an opening slot for Peter Murphy in Orlando.
I was going to wait to get into that after we play your song.
Well,
but
then we'll hold off on that.
I know. I mean, this is.
We were talking about digital mob mentality before talking about my.
Well, fuck it. Let's get to that. So these two are on tour, and with Peter Murphy, David J. My favorite fucking. I would drop to my knee. I've met them all. Never blew them yet. I haven't blown them yet.
Oh well, there's still time.
We'll work we'll put a good word in for you.
Thank you. So what happened and how did it happen? And this, you've had a great year together.
Yeah,
both of you. Touring together, you're like a super couple in my eyes. You are, and you look great together.
Oh, thank you.
And my cats agree too.
Oh, well, they're cute.
But so tell us what happened. Just tell people who don't know what happened.
Well, so what happened was I do some work for House of Blues in Florida, and I had contacts with some of my girls there and had inquired about a promoter out there for a certain show. And the promoter, it was AEG, told me, hey, just send your info to us and we'll keep it on file. And I didn't really think anything of it. I sent Curse and my press kits out to them. And the reason why that is I like making contacts. I like referrals. I like good connections, so I like to just kind of branch out and see where everyone's at and where their possibilities are. But I didn't think anything of it because they're in Florida. So went about my business, and one day Curse and I are out, and I get an email from one of the AEG agents and goes, oh, hey, I see that you're from Texas. Would you want to come all this way to open for Peter Murphy?
To Orlando, Florida.
To Orlando, Florida for at the Plaza Live. And I immediately said yes, but of course I had to get the approval. But that night I went ahead and just bought our plane tickets just because. You never know. And it was about, 2 weeks or a little more than 2 weeks before the show. I mean, it was super last minute. So I had to play the waiting game to get approved. And eventually I did get approved by their booking agent.
By the artist, essentially.
Yes, and by the artist as well. So it took a while. Peter was like the last bit to be approved. And I'm like, oh, please say yes. And so finally I get the yes. I go out there. So you already know that Peter Murphy's notorious for canceling, and he has a few issues with health. So when we got there, this was actually this was the makeup show for the February show he missed earlier in the year. So this is like the makeup crowd, the sold out makeup crowd.
And
so when we got there, he didn't show up for sound check, which is okay because sometimes that happens. We didn't think anything of it. He didn't show up for the meet and greet.
You never know. Sometimes an artist is just tired. They had done lots of shows in a row, and then they had to fly cross country. So like skipping a sound check is
like you guys.
Yeah. Well, he had a residency in San Francisco right before this. This was the last date of his U.S. tour, I believe.
Like show 93 or something.
Yeah. So he had been through the ringer already. And so we didn't think anything of it, and he was resting. And so we went on, I went on stage, I did my set, and right after we were done, after I was done, Curse comes up to me and just basically tells me, hey, leave all your stuff up here because Peter's not going to make it.
So for those people who don't understand the story we're telling, my friends here at this table were performing a pre-Peter Murphy or a Bauhaus show. It was David J. and Peter Murphy.
It was Peter Murphy, 40 years of Bauhaus.
Yes.
With David
J.
David
yeah.
J.
Because
Right.
I saw Pop Tone at the same time,
Yeah.
which is the other end of Bauhaus.
Right. So
And so
yeah, David J.
you
just-
had to fucking take over the show.
Yeah. So what happened was I have a song on my album called Drugs, and he sings with me on it. And so that night I said, hey, you want to come out on stage and do the song with me? And he did. So we rocked it out, and David J. had seen us perform on stage and immediately was already planning, like, okay, I'm going to snag these two and we're going to do this Bauhaus show for these people, because it was the second time they would have been canceled on, and they were angry, and it was.
Oh, I bet.
It was just like.
It was.
near
riot.
The goth,
It was.
the
It
goth
was getting
fans are-
iffy. There were police there.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, yeah. So, but I think what really calmed them all down is that David J. came out and just said, "Look, we're frustrated too, but we don't want to leave you hanging again. So we're going to do this. Rona and Curse are going to come out, and we're going to do this thing."
So, Curse,
And
how'd
they
you jump in and do this? Save the day.
Ugh.
Pretty much, you did.
Well, fortunately, Evil Mothers. This goes back to my teenage years, where when we were just forming our band and learning to play. That Bauhaus was one of our go-to bands to, like, okay, hey, let's learn Stigmata Martyr or In the Flat Field. And so I had, I guess, in my musical genetic makeup from DJing and playing those songs live, in the early days of Evil Mothers, that kind of like, okay, yeah, I think I could sing 4 or 5 of these, and I'm relatively comfortable with performing it live. And here's the songs that I'm good with. So
That must have been rough, though. I mean,
we had 20 minutes.
It was truly
to-
oh shit moments.
It was
Like,
a truly
wow,
oh shit
fuck,
moment.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
It was like we were very excited, but when we went, I pretty much came straight off stage with him and went right into the dressing room with David J. and Mark Thwait and Mark Slutsky, and we planned this thing out, and we started writing stuff down, and my little guts were going, I can't.
And
believe
how was
this
the audience
happening.
though?
They were very receptive.
Yeah, well, I think
loved
they
it.
were sort of like, well, we'll see. They were pissed off about the
Oh, I'm sure,
cancellation,
yeah.
and then David J. diffused that, and we took our quick little
How
break.
how did he do that?
He just ran out there real
He
quick
came out
as
and
the
talked to them.
the stage manager was breaking the bad news for the second time, and then David quickly went out there, and then, like he said,
Because I remember when it happened,
Rona said,
I started getting emails like,
Yeah.
"Did you see what Curse Warner did?"
No, there's an actual video of David J. speaking, like someone took
Okay.
a phone video. So there's a video of him talking to the crowd before we got on, and he was just like, I don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're just going to do it. So
we're
let's
gonna
do
make
it.
champagne out of lemons.
Yes, that's what he said.
So
Yeah.
then we quickly went backstage and came up with the 8 songs and a kind of a conceptual idea of doing it in a Bauhaus in a very deconstructed remix, like almost in dub
Yeah.
versions, so that we're almost remixing on the fly, and that gives us it's almost in a pig face type of approach to song making on the fly. Like, okay, I'm pretty familiar with these parts. Okay, you're good. Okay, chorus now, go.
Oh, yeah.
And then we
Yeah,
I didn't read
then we
anything
locked
bad.
in.
No, I
So
pretty
it was
much
really great once it started.
Yeah, I think when we first got out, we were very determined, and that was one thing that David J. said he loved about us, is that he and I immediately said yes, even
And,
though all of a sudden you go, do I know these songs? When you do,
Had
you
I
know,
not
you're-
had the history of the early days of Evil Mothers, I would not have been able to
So
raise
David
my
J.
hand to say, yes, I can do this.
We just announced that he's doing a tour, and you're at
Yep.
the end of it. You're on the tour.
well, I mean, we're doing Levitation.
Which is a big...
Whatever it is, it's a
Destin.
big deal.
Yeah, we have a show on November 8th in Austin,
Austin,
Texas for
Texas.
Levitation, which is
With
a
David.
nice festival that the Black Angels guys put on every year in Austin, Texas. It's quite excellent. Flaming Lips, Chelsea Wolfe, Russian Circles.
Yeah, it's amazing. Great.
John Cale's playing, the Black Angels playing. It's really cool, eclectic, dark, psychedelic kind of tinged fest. And so we're playing a show with David J. on November 8th.
Yeah,
And
but
then
we're playing
another-
as our separate entities. Like Curse is playing Curse's music, I'm playing as Sign, and David's playing his stuff for his new album.
We're going to talk about Curse's solo album after we come back from this break right now. So this is
a hired gun.
Now's your chance to catch Pigface live November 15th in Cleveland, Ohio, all the way through November 30th in Chicago, Illinois. For tickets and other information, go to martinatkins.bigcartel.com. Hurry, tickets are selling out quick.
Well, you're like a mainstay of this fucking band since I met you.
That's right.
And now you've put a solo record out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's all good. I just had to do a solo record because things were...
you had to. Can I have it? Thank you. He's kind enough to give me the vinyl.
Yeah, and the vinyl's almost sold out, so I'm getting ready to do a second edition of that press, a second pressing.
But
and
you've been involved in this scene longer than I have, and you're always there. Circle Call, Pigface. I always run into this guy, and how do you keep it going? I mean, what?
I mean,
there's got to be ups and downs. You had another band called Grim Fairies.
Yeah, did that. That was kind of a project that I mainly was doing because I was doing a lot of video game soundtrack work, and then it was also the project by which I taught myself Pro Tools. And then after a while, then it was like, okay, well, maybe this will become a live thing, but it wasn't really anything that I was super passionate about. And then after that, kind of took a little break, and then Pigface and Thrill Kill. And then there was a little bit of a time where I just sort of was just DJing and working on video game music and didn't even have a band. And then Pigface was going to go on tour somewhere in the, I don't know, we did some Evil Mothers reunion dates. And then Pigface was supposed to tour maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And then Martin was got in a car wreck, if you recall, that Martin Atkins, that fucked up his neck. So he couldn't play drums like he wanted to. And then after a period of dormancy, it was like, all right, well, I need to get back out there and just do this thing for myself. And like, I don't want to have to be constrained, like Rona was saying earlier, by anybody else's inefficiencies or inability to pay their own bills or manage their own life and be just another mouth to feed holding a guitar. So it's like I just did it for myself, and that way I don't have to turn down any opportunities, and I can take advantage of everything that I've created for myself and just travel light and go do these shows, and then we'll see where it goes.
Travel's light. I've helped you carry your luggage up my stairs.
Yeah.
I don't consider that light.
Well, there's
the light version.
There's no drum kits. There's no guitar amps. There's no bass cabinet, and there's not 5 other dudes going through your refrigerator
underwear.
now and drinking your booze.
Going through your underwear.
So that's where traveling light comes in.
Yeah.
It's the management.
So now
aspect.
you're a Texan again.
That's right. I always was. I just left the state for a
You
while.
know who
to
he lived
explore
with
other territories.
in Florida? He lived with David Vincent, the great David Vincent. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I love Morbid Angel.
We love David.
I do too. David's amazing.
He's great.
And and I love his country shit.
Yeah, and he's got a great new project called Ultimas, which is they're blowing up. He's at the top of his game again, which is really.
I love what he's doing now.
He's the greatest death metal singer in my opinion. So I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And we still hang out often.
That's fucking awesome. I've never actually met him. I've always, because I know of him through Typo Negative, who I used to hang out with a lot. But I've never. They always talk about David Vincent. I've not yet met him. And now he's doing the country thing. I think I'd really like.
Yeah, we'll try to get him on the show for you. Make an introduction.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got a bar he can play at. So you have a single and a video out. You want to set this up so I can play it?
My first video from my album Instant Exorcism. The song is called Somewhat Possessed, and the video was shot in Austin, Texas. And it was shot, styled, directed, and edited by Rona Rougeheart of Sign.
No,
So we totally
I didn't know you did that.
We totally went DIY and did it ourselves, and it's great. And
It's that same
we really
thing.
like it.
You know,
It's really cool.
Well, your fan base loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm like, why does everybody have this except for me? No, I have it. So we're gonna play this song, and once again, what is it, Curse?
Somewhat Possessed.
The MKULTRASOUND podcast.
Someone possessed.
Well, that doesn't stray far from the path, but that's fucking excellent, man. Thank
Great
you.
song.
It is.
You know, I see a mutual friend of ours name on here, Steven Seabold.
Oh yeah, we love Steven Seabold.
Yes.
Like
Hate Department.
He lives so close to here. I can't believe we're not seeing him.
His new record from Standalone, his project is
I love
really,
everything
really,
he's ever
really
done.
great.
I love Seabold.
Yeah. And I love working with him in Pigface as well.
Yeah, but he's also like even before
Kindred
that,
spirit.
Hate Department days, he was always been like a good fucking friend of mine. Like not a friend like you. Like we don't wash each other's backs and stuff, but no, Seabold's a super great guy. And Hate Department, if you haven't heard them, they're amazing. What now I'm getting amazed by what's going on with you. So you have to lead this one. So what's coming up with Rona?
Oh, what's up next for us?
Yeah.
For Sign? I call my band Us. It's just really me, but I
know
like
how-
to think
I
of
know
me
the
as
feeling.
being multiples. I do have a drummer though, and his name is Sonny Sanchez, and he's really
Dirty
great.
Sanchez?
Sonny, no. Well, I'm sure he gets that. He can be.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure. I'll have to ask
he's
his
great.
girlfriend.
So I take it by his name, he's Asian.
No, actually, he is not. His last name's Sanchez.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, no, he's
I'm
he's
fucking
great
with
though.
you.
He's really great. I think he's kind of a mixed breed too. So, but yeah, he's great. Yes. So what's happening now is I am creating some new music. I'm going to release a 4-song little deal. I don't like to call it an EP. It's just a collection of 4 songs. I'm going to release that on November 1st, I believe, is the day I was looking at. Yeah. So the lead song is a song called Control, and I wrote that on my own, and Curse helped me produce it, and it was mixed by the great, magnificent Sean Bevan.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Legend.
Complete legend, and I am so thankful and honored that he would want to work with me because he does not have to say yes to inquiries.
He's got a good band with his
8
girlfriend
millimeter.
or wife.
Yeah.
I love them.
Juliet's awesome.
And they're tied in with Shannon O'Shea.
Yeah, that's right. And
She who founded Garbage.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
I still have
Which
pictures of her from I clipped out in my photo albums of like Shannon O'Shea when I used to work for BMG Records. Like there's a picture of her and Garbage together. It's like I have that.
It's amazing.
Pretty freaks her out, but
yeah,
I have that.
she's
amazing.
She is amazing, and I've watched a lot of interviews with her and got quite a bit of information, and I'm so thankful that she put it out there because she's really looking out for us artists.
She is,
and we need people like that. And I wrote her a note because I since she manages Sean, I had some communication with her, and kind of told her a little bit about my story and the Orlando thing, and we had some very friendly exchange, and she had very positive things to say about my direction and how I'm handling it. So
that says a lot.
It does say a lot, and I'm so grateful that I got that kind of feedback.
She's
from
old
someone
school.
Like her.
I wish there were more people like her.
Yeah.
Develop artists and manage bands and
that really care about us.
Oh yeah, she does. I mean,
as artists and what we do. You know, I mean, because I don't know. I feel like sometimes it gets lost in the dollar bills and the how many people are on your Facebooks and all that stuff. And I mean, in my opinion, numbers on your Facebook or social don't matter unless they're turning into dollars. And I'm not trying to sound
that's
horrible.
absolutely correct.
You know, some people don't want to be on social media.
No, but that's okay if you don't want to. But the fact that a band has 10, 20,000 followers, you know, on Facebook doesn't necessarily tell me a lot about them.
How many customers do you have? How
right.
many people are
What's
willing
your
to
engagement?
pay
you know?
see you play is the first step in what the value of those numbers are.
That's correct. Yeah. And I feel that way too. And I've always been that way about Sign. You know, I never forced anyone to like my band page, and I feel like I've grown organically. And I believe that Shannon has that same idea for artists, is that we should all grow ourselves organically and make it a real connection rather than just like, hey, I bought 10,000 likes, you know, just to look big, but then I have 2 people responding to my post. You know, it's a weird world we live in. So she being able to talk with her a bit and have email communications just was like,
she's amazing.
I mean, I take it all to heart. It's so wonderful. And Sean's been amazing
she's my
too.
go-to when, and it's rare that I find a band that I believe in. I go to her first, and sometimes is what it is. But Sean is just the fucking bomb.
He is the bomb.
He went to Ohio State University about the time I was DJing on campus there.
Yeah.
And worked on some great records, including
Kidney Thieves.
Amazing.
The Kidney Thieves.
He did the last 3
Love
Teeth
Kidney
record,
Thieves.
Yeah.
which was the #1 metal album. So recently, and then that's a great thing for Sign to get some fuel off of, and of course his work with Manson and 9 Inch Nails is fantastic too. So Sean's got a great legacy.
Well, you are a busy couple, and the fact that you even give me this time to do this, because I know you have to go get ready to play a Metro tonight. The fact that they came in here to give us time like Jared did 2 days ago, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, thank you. We're so thankful for you, for inviting us and having us on your podcast. It's great.
Glad to see you doing well.
Yeah.
And adding to the creative.
Well, we're not
force.
done yet, but I got to play a quick commercial.
Want a killer look without breaking your wallet? Try Killer Beards. All beard products are made with natural ingredients to stop beard dandruff and itching before it starts, while giving you a smooth, silky beard that smells amazing. Choose from 5 amazing scents that will have everyone saying, "Wow, that's a killer beard and it sure does smell good." Also available are shampoo and bars of rough cut soap. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy at etsy.com/shop/Killer Beards. That's Killer Beards. Use the discount code MKUltra20 for 20% off. That's MKUltra20.
You know, I had some things I wanted to vent about at the top of the show, but I couldn't get around to it because I just love having you. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kirsch, you gonna get on this one?
Okay. What are you
still
venting?
here.
Well, super uber sensitivity and crybabies, like what do you call them?
Like I said, we're in a society
Do you think
and
people
culture
are
of misery.
Brown face? Brown face. Where I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, but that guy, who was it? They found a picture of him in 2001, dressed in brown face for a what was that fucking party? See, I deleted it.
Aladdin.
Yeah, well, whatever. I dated a woman in the 80s who I already talked about this, didn't I?
I don't know.
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah.
I've been talking about
But
to
if it
myself-
still bothers you, we can
It
work
irritates the
through
fuck
it.
out. Well, the other one's the R word. Where's that fucking horn?
The R word. Oh,
Yeah. So my least favorite presidential candidate was called out by my presidential candidate, Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris couldn't. She was quiet, like she had no comeback because Tulsi Gabbard called her out. Well, then there was pictures of Kamala Harris apparently got an email from somebody that called Trump the R word, and Kamala Harris said, "Oh yeah, you're right," and she got shit. She didn't even say the R word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She got shit over that. And so now, Teen Mom, the new Teen Mom, the old Teen Mom, Farrah Abraham, tried to sue me a couple years ago. I don't know if you know that story. If I sued the paper, it was a great thing for me. It was like, Teen Mom tried to sue me because I was fucking making fun of her. Well, she called her, new Teen Mom, called her soon-to-be ex-husband or husband, "Hey, you're being," with an ED on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now she gets shit. She's not calling anybody handicapped the R word. So I got to go back to Dave Chappelle. He dropped the N-bomb so many times on that special, and with a hard R.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls his son the N-word with a hard R, and his wife a hoe. His wife is Asian.
Yep.
Lucky fucker. I just it gets under my skin.
Yeah, it's like everyone just has to be careful with, again, it's like
you shouldn't have to.
What are your intentions?
You have to just understand
really?
it's just whatever. It's people are, it's a infantile mindset going on because social media as a form of communication is in an infantile format right now. So I think where you come in with where words from the past get reappropriated to be used against you in the future, it's bizarre. And people are going to figure this all out, but it may take another 10 years, and it may take the implosion of Facebook, or maybe we're stuck with it forever. But eventually, you hope that people can return to a time where they understand that not everything is a personal attack on you or anybody else. It's about our culture at large. And then that is where I could see how somebody might go, hey, this is totally fucking retarded. Yeah, because you're melting down. It's not like it's saying this person has a mental deficiency that they were born with, and that sucks, and because they now are physically not able to take care of themselves. That's something entirely different than the way culture at large is acting really stupid right now. Then what happens is that one person does one thing kind of fucked up, maybe, or maybe not. But before that's even taken out in a really civil way, hundreds of thousands of people, depending on the level of social influence this person has, is immediately attacked and held. It's like digital witch hunt vibes.
Yeah.
And mob mentality
Absolutely.
attacks so fast that by the time you get through all the fluff, it's like, you know what? That was a simple misunderstanding, and somebody took that just the entire wrong way, which usually is like, man, I'm sorry about that. And that should basically end things, but people really do.
They want to ruin your
They want to
lives
ruin your
and
career, and that's where I definitely agree with what Chappelle said in his opening about all that. Oh, that's you,
It's
my
like-
fucking audience.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's all you. And
Yeah.
think about Johnny Depp right now. Johnny Depp used to be the golden boy of Hollywood, but now he's getting older. He's playing in a rock band. He's shown his true colors. Hollywood, he had a couple bombs. They beat up on that fucking. Hey, he owns
you
an
know,
island. Let it
hey,
be who wants to pee.
the-
I wish I was fucking Johnny Depp.
This is the way I feel, and I can't stand it. Being us being in the music biz, we see a lot of our heroes and a lot of people that we love, and they're legends. They're out there. They're older. They might be in their 60s or 70s, and I can't stand it when people have to go, "Oh, look, he's old and fat," like Robert Smith and all that
So?
stuff. And I'm like, "Hey, where's your band, bitch? Where are you
I
putting
love
yourself
that.
out there?" Because in the end, I mean, I know people will probably be like, "Here's my band, bitch," and fine, but in my opinion, if you're going to be a celebrity or be in entertainment or anything, you are leaving yourself vulnerable, and you're allowing that. And it's okay. I think that's very brave of someone to go out there and try to do their own music and have their own band, and then still be standing up there at 60 years old playing their songs. Who gives a fuck what they look like?
I hate to use this as an example.
We could all be so lucky.
Gene Simmons just turned 70.
Whoever.
He's
Yeah.
still spitting blood, blowing fire, flying through the air. And I hate to use Kiss as an example because it's the worst, but no. They actually, those guys are up there pushing 70, running around in boots and shit. It's like, but people like Vince Neil, the shit he gets. It's like, okay, so he's fucking fat and he's running around. He can't do songs, but he's still doing it.
But this is what they do. What's Gene Simmons going to do? Go sell, real estate or whatever? He's going to still be Gene Simmons.
Right.
He's
You
going to
still have to
always
live your life. You still have to eat. You still have to provide for your family, and you still have to entertain yourself. Like what?
This is it. And
what are
I
you
kind
gonna
of
do?
joke.
I mean,
I
I'm
kind
gonna
of
do
joke
it till I
about
drop.
just like the music thing. It's just like it's almost like obsessive. This is what we think about all day long, and this is what we want to do until our last breath, and so to me it's like, I don't know, it's such a weird, crushing kind of society we have now, and it's no wonder that suicide rates are high and all that, because
That's next week's show, by the way.
people will just tear you apart for nothing, and it makes me more sad than anything. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like social media, is because everyone can't wait to be the first to post about a celebrity that fell off stage or whatever,
Yeah, well,
That's, again, it's like feed the vultures, that's exactly what the
that's
song is
a
about.
wonderful
It's just like-
analogy. Curse, you'll be back in town for Pigface.
That's
Are you
right.
do the whole tour?
Yeah, other than I have to miss 2 shows due to an obligation that
With
we already
who?
had with a friend of ours named David J. That we're
Loving Rockets, Bauhaus, baby.
Rona and I and David and several others are working on a performance for New York City on November 24th. November 24th.
Well, it hasn't.
So, you people who are listening, next week, we're not going to do a YouTube show, but
That's
we're going to
a
do
Well,
a...
you
by
didn't
the
hear.
way.
You didn't hear that from us.
That's why I tried to stop it, because I know we're going to talk about that next time. So next week, we're doing a show that's not on YouTube. We're going to Ty and I are going to wrap up. We're going to have Angela Denk on. We're going to do a suicide and a mental health show. And I'm going to play Rona's new song, which I get the debut.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'll play another song from Mystery Actions. So it's all about pussy.
Yay.
Hate to say that.
And my
but
song's called Control, so even better.
yeah. You know what? I'm not going to freaking
Come on, you know you want to say it.
No, I'm not, because I
Come on,
love
Prince sang
both of
about
you.
it.
Song coming to mind.
Yeah.
Prince and Rona,
Good old Prince
thank you
song.
for being here. We made it.
Thank you.
1 hour and 2 minutes.
All right.
We
You're
love
amazing.
you bunches.
Thank you.
You're
I love you.
great. Thank you for everything
Now I
you've
can
ever
actually
done
have
for
a
us.
fucking Max Bravo filling in for
Max
the
Bravo,
great Cassie
thank you so
Bowsick.
much.
Looking hot
Bravo
over
is
there
Yes.
too.
He's my go-to fucking guy. God
Yeah.
damn it. We've done porn shows together.
Oh, fabulous.
Well, that's one
Well,
I
that
don't want to
seems
see.
very close.
From the north end of the Mississippi River in Chicago, Illinois, to the south end in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you've been listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast with your host, Alexander, with our special videographer, Cassandra Belazik, and I'm your executive producer, Too Dark. Tune in for the next episode to see exactly what's going to happen next. You've been listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast.